Disclaimer really quick because we were on Dana's Periscope earlier and Kev was clowning. Yes, I have my hair wrapped because I'm getting ready to get my hair braided. So we're kind of matching a little bit with the...
Yep. We didn't plan this.
No, we didn't plan this. So today we're going to be doing a pop of color. So I'm going to move this real quick. So this series this week is all about wearable color. So today we decided to do wearable color on Dana's lids, but I'm going to be showing you different ways that you can do that. And I already see the heart party going on, so thank you guys so much. If you guys can continue to do that throughout the scope, that would be awesome. How you do that is you just tap the screen and that gives us hearts. Eyebrow tutorial. I will show you guys a little bit how to do the eyebrow tutorial, or how to do eyebrows. We've already done one side of her face minus the contour, and you guys will see everything on the other side. And then if you guys will share, which you guys are already doing, so thank you so much, with your friends, so we can get more people in on this scope. So that is awesome. So Pop of Color series. Today we're doing it on the lid. Let me give it back to Dana if you close your eyes. There is an eyebrow tutorial on YouTube. It's on my YouTube channel, Deandra Giselle, and that's my name on all social media. So right now, Dana, she said her favorite color is pink and blue. For makeup remover, I use wipes. Do I have it? Yes, I do. Show you guys exactly what I use. I use these wipes right here from Walmart. And I want to say these are like $6 for 2 of them, and they last a while. So wipes, baby wipes, usually doesn't work. It doesn't really get all your makeup off. So let's dive into what we're doing today. Go ahead and close your eyes. So Dana told me one of her favorite colors is pink and blue, actually. So we decided to go with pink right now. And we focused the color on her entire lid, but toned it down. See if we can move you guys. You know, they're going to be like in your lap.
That's okay.
And then... we toned it down with a brown right in here. And so Dana has something called hooded eyes. So open your eyes for me. So when you open, morning bro, when she opens her eyes, the color tends to disappear a little bit. So we take it up a little bit higher so that you can see a little bit more of the color. So right now what we did is we did this lid in its entirety, and we've done her eyebrows. We filled in this eyebrow, and so we've done everything but the contour. So that's what we're going to be doing. And then towards the end, I'll show you guys how you can add, since she has blue, we're going to add a little bit of blue underneath. And what that's going to do is I'm showing you guys how you can jazz up the look for the evening, or maybe you guys are, you know, just doing something different. So you can open up Dana. And then we've already set up her powder, and then we have lined underneath her eyes. So we're going to get started. And you guys won't see me, but you'll hear me talking. Dana, since you guys seen the scope yesterday of me being blind, Dana will read any questions so that I can answer them, okay? So we always start with the lid. Okay. Any questions so far?
Yeah, somebody said they're afraid to do this because of their dark tone.
You know what? If you are dark tone, oh, we'll put her back to the center. If you are dark tone, don't be scared, because actually color looks the best on women of color. It pops better, it looks better, so don't be scared. What I would suggest is maybe sticking to one bright color and maybe doing your transitional color, which should be a neutral, like a dark brown or a medium brown, depending on your skin tone. And what that will do is tone it down. So I'll show you guys that as well. Okay, go ahead and close your eyes, Dana. So I'm starting with the base, and her base is pink. And the base is from a palette called the Flash Palette from Makeup Forever. But what you guys can do if you don't have this is you can mix it with your regular base. And then you can use the color that you're going to use eyeshadow-wise and a little bit of the base that you normally use to kind of get the color. And the reason why I'm using this is so that the tone of the eyeshadow is even more vibrant. Scotty, are you in this scope? Because I might need you to tell me if they're asking any questions. First of all, you guys, Dana and I met originally last night for the first time. And we had a blast with lists, which you guys probably saw. And one of you guys gave us this idea. Yes and no. Okay, so you're still asleep. Okay, so that is her base. What do we have? Yeah, he's not awake yet. And then I have my son eating breakfast on the other side, so y'all might hear that too.
I'm trying to keep quiet.
It's okay, sweetheart. You gotta get ready for school. Okay, so the color that we're using is out of my favorite palette.
Thank you, Liz.
What did she say?
She loves this color.
Oh, yeah. So we're using this palette right here. It's Urban Decay's Electric. Love this palette for the colors. Let me show you guys the colors. Apparently not. So here are all the colors that are in the Makeup Forever palette. Yes, it is really pigmented, and we want it to be pigmented so it's even more bright. Like, we want it really, really vibrant. And this color that we're using is called Savage. Savage is my favorite. And you guys know we always talk about patting the color on the lid instead of wiping it, and that's going to give you the most vibrancy. When it comes to bright colors, you have to take your time and build the color. The reason why you do that is because you want the most pigmentation. You know, we're going to have fun with this. We want it super bright. And then as you guys can see, we can tone it down later by adding brown or neutral tone. I'm sorry if I'm missing your questions. I will answer them towards the end. I just can't, not because I'm blind, but I have to get started on her. And she can't open her eyes quite yet to read them to me. So I'm using a flat, stiff brush, and this is the brush that actually came with the palette. So I like this brush because it's dense, and if you watch the tutorial on brushes, human versus synthetic, and I talked about brushes being dense. When a brush is dense, that means it has a lot of bristles inside the brush, and it grabs the most amount of product. So when you're doing eyeshadows, you want a brush that is dense. So now as I'm getting up, because she has a hooded eye, and when she opens her eye, her crease will disappear. So I'm going to kind of wipe up a little bit. Wipe the color up. So it's almost like I'm blending it upwards. And even though she does have a smaller area to work with color, but we want to create the illusion that she has a lot more. So how I do that is I'll add product, then pat it on, and then whatever's left over, we wipe up. What's the primer? Oh, you guys are answering each other's questions? Is that what's going on right now? All right, so I'm switching brushes. That's what happens when I throw things everywhere.
Base and primer are the same. Is that right?
Yes, base and primer are the same. Base and primer are the same exact thing, just different terms. So I'm using this brush right here. It's a blending brush. This one's from Morphe, and it's M412. What happened?
Somebody said I hear the bowl and the spoon.
He's trying, y'all, to be quiet. He really is. Usually I do the scopes in my room, but we came out here so we can have more space. Okay, so now I'm adding the transition color, and this is from Lime Crime, my favorite icon, and it's a little dark. So what I'm going to do is just do minimal product, and then after I do that, I'll blend it out, and then I'll use a little bit more of this one.
So the pink is a base. Yeah.
Oh, the pink was a base, and then okay, the pink was a base, and then I added the Urban Decay Savage on top of that to make it brighter. So we are not going with her normal crease. We're creating our own crease. Just because she has hooded eyes. And we're doing our normal windshield wiper motion. I know it's like, dang, you can't even see what I'm doing. And then whatever's left on the product, I'm just bringing it down and wiping it forward. So the thing with hooded eyes is when you're doing it, you want to kind of go a little bit higher than your normal brow bone. And then occasionally when you're doing it yourself, you should open your eyes and see what it looks like with your eyes open, because that's going to be important so that you can make sure you're getting the right amount of color where you want it to see, because makeup is what creates the illusion. And since I did one eye, never heard of what before. All right. Okay, and we're just blending a little bit more into the corner, and then I'm gonna switch colors to a lighter brown and go a little higher. And this is how we tone down the color. So if you feel like, okay, that was way too vibrant, you can add a little bit of a neutral tone in the color. And we're switching to, what is this? Creation. This color right here from the Lime Crime palette. And going just above. And bringing it in. All right, so just make sure everything is even and balanced. I kind of like this because they can't see. I'm a mess right now. All right, so I want to just add a little bit more pink and then we'll move on. So when I'm doing the pink, I want to add a little bit more into the center area. And last but not least, I'll just use this. Okay, I'm taking this color. This is called Vanilla, and this is by MAC. And I'm gonna put it on the inner corner. And it's a matte color. It has a little bit of shimmer, but it's mostly matte. And I'm just putting this right in her corner here. I just want to create a little bit of lightness in her corner. I didn't see that question. Are we supposed to see a difference between what? Scotty, did you get that question? All right. So after you do the eyes, you just have to check your balance. So I am doing it at a weird angle because I'm trying to make sure that you guys can see. Look up for me. So I'm just going to wipe some of that off. And this is why I normally do the eyeshadow first. So you can wipe off any fallout. And look down, you don't have to close. All right. So balance on your eyes are important. You want to make sure that you have when I say balance, that everything is blended evenly, right? So you want to make sure that you didn't go all the way to the center on this side with the brown and then not on the other side. So you have to make sure that you've created balance. And you guys will see how everything comes together in just a moment. Any questions so far, Dana, or no?
No. I didn't see any anyway.
Okay.
Somebody said she's scared of color. She doesn't want people to see her coming.
Color is fun, though. I mean, you don't have to do it every day, but color is fun.
Where did you learn how to do makeup?
I went to makeup school. I went to a school called April Love Academy in San Gabriel, California. And that's where I learned most of my different techniques. And then just practicing on myself too, because I was doing makeup before I even went to school. All right, so let's fill in her brows a little bit. Her eyebrows are really actually pretty full, but we just want to, she hasn't got her eyebrows done in a while, so we want it to look like she has her eyebrows done. So I'm just gonna fill in here, and then we will correct anything with the concealer during the highlight stage.
Hey Mel, I didn't see you before.
Yeah, you can keep your eyes open now.
Okay.
So since she has a, what did someone say?
She just said, hey.
What I meant to say, since she has a full brow, I'm not really like filling in a lot. I'm just doing different spaces, different areas. I'm still not filling in this area right here. And your eyebrows are actually kind of dark too. I said your eyebrows are actually kind of dark too.
Yeah.
So even though her eyebrows are dark, I still filled it in with a dark brown. I didn't go black. And then now I'm blending in everything that I filled in with a spoolie. This is called a spoolie. And let's do our liner. So for our liner, we're using Bobbi Brown's Black Ink Gel Liner. So it's this one right here.
Is a good arch considered the best fleeky eyebrow?
A good arch. I like a good arch. But you know, not everyone has a natural arch. Sometimes you have to create it. But I do like a good arch. I'm not going to lie.
I didn't know I was doing this, so I didn't get my eyebrows done before I came out here.
This is literally like yesterday, someone suggested, hey, you should do Dana's face. You should do, wait, what did they say? Like, you should do Liz or Dana's face. We're like, that's a great idea. Dana, what are you doing at 6 in the morning? I didn't look, close your eyes for me.
I think it was my friend Tay that suggested it. I think those comments were going so fast, it was hard to tell.
So right now we're doing her liner, and I'm going to do it a little bit thicker than what I would normally do. Just because I want to, when I put the eyelashes on, I want to see the line still. I know you guys are probably asking questions, and we'll get to them at the end, I promise. So making sure that I am taking her liner up just a little bit to bring her eyes up. I'm not really following how her eye sits because I don't want it to look like it's drooping. So when you're drawing your eyeliner, you want to draw your eyeliner up. Follow your bottom lash line. Okay, you can open. And we're just going to check the balance. Yes, cool.
Hey, Wonder Woman.
Hey, Wonder Woman. What's your name? Your real name?
I think I've asked her like 12 times, but I always miss it if she answers it. I don't know.
Just because you're always on our scope, so we want to know who you are, your real name. Did she answer me?
Not yet. I'm like...
We're like anticipating you telling us.
What is your name?
So we're doing her lashes now. It's
click on my profile. Okay.
Okay, we'll do that.
I'm doing it right now.
Oh no,
Tara.
Tara. Okay, so we're gonna remember that. So we're using this what is this? Eyelashes. This is 747 in medium is the number. And remember I was telling you guys when you do lashes, you should measure your lashes so that you can see if they fit, right? Go ahead and look down, don't close. So when you do that, all you do before you put any product on is just measure your lashes. Just see if any of it hangs out, right? And she has smaller eyes, so it does kind of hang past where I would want them to. So we're going to take them off, and I'm going to cut 3 lashes off, and she should have a perfect shape. And what I used to cut them off is just like smaller scissors. What are these? Are these like toenail scissors? Or
Cuticle clipper.
Oh yeah, so I just use a cuticle clipper to do that. And applying glue and letting it sit for a moment.
Do you have a hey?
Huh?
Do you have a good morning?
That's Scotty Dana.
Hi, nice to meet you too.
You're gonna have to go through.
Do you have a preferred cutter? Somebody said they use fingernail clippers.
No, I use whatever is small. Whatever is small and precise, that's what I use to cut.
Cosmetic scissors. The hooded eye tip. Somebody said I hate having little eyes. I am just learning how to like use makeup on my eyes because I've always felt like I didn't have enough space like to do like color and stuff like this. But like since watching Deandra Scopes, it's really taught me how to I am gonna wear them all day. It's taught me how to enhance my eyes with what I have, learning how to work with it. Thank you, Jay.
Jay's on here?
A different Jay.
Oh, okay. So now we're gonna put on the lashes. We're gonna start in the center, and sometimes my hand shakes. So if I do that, I'll use her nose or her someplace on her face as an anchor. So I'll just place my pinky down, and you could do this to yourself and anchor my hand so it doesn't shake. And we are just tucking in the corners. And Dana's a blinker, you guys. So she...
Am I blinking right now?
Yes, it's okay. So if you blink a lot, just give yourself a moment to relax. Like if you happen to blink a lot. Okay, you can open. All right. Does it feel weird or no? You're good? Okay. So now let's line her bottom.
It does a little bit on the inside.
On the inside of your the inner corner?
Oh. I fixed it.
Oh, you did? Okay. Okay, so now we're going to line her bottom line, and I'm using MAC Smolder, and it's like an eye kohl, which means like it smudges, it moves around. So when you're doing our waterline, I'm going to have you look up and that way for me. What you do to pop out your waterline, you're just going to place your finger right underneath your eye and push in a little bit and draw right in there. And if you start crying, give yourself a minute.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Sally, are there any questions since you're sitting there? Will you tell us? I can't hear you. Oh. All right, and then we did her waterline, and I'm just going to go a little bit under.
What's the name of that liner again?
It's called Smolder by MAC. It's their eye kohl pencil.
Pencil on brow, gel on top.
Pencil on brow.
I'm just reading this.
For her brow, I actually used a powder because she has kind of thick eyebrows already. So I used a powder for her eyebrows. And then gel on her actual liner. And then underneath, when it comes to the waterline, I prefer to use a pencil. And then I'm just going to kind of just look up for me. I'm just going to kind of smudge it because I don't want it to be a definite line under there. I want it to be really soft. Any skin tips as far as
I'm actually going to scope about my skincare regimen later, so follow me.
All right, go ahead and look down. You don't have to necessarily close. Okay, so we're done with the eyes, and we are getting ready to do her foundation.
I tried smudging and it looked like I had black eyes.
That means you drew your line a little bit too thick when you did it. So if you notice, I did just a really thin line and then smudged it out, because you have to think about it. When you're smudging, you're making an even wider line. So the smaller your line is, the better. And then you can always build and build on top of that.
I just typed my name in the comments, and it also shows up. Got it.
Oh. How are you on? I didn't see your phone there.
Okay, so now it's time for the foundation. We're going to prime her face using Smashbox Photo Finish. And I've talked about this product before. This is what I use all the time. I'm only doing half of her face because we already did the other half. And I like this product because it is matte. It dries on matte, and a lot of times, unless you're super oily, a lot of times you want something that dries matte.
I'm not nervous. I'm just sitting here being quiet. You guys usually see me being like active when you watch my scopes and stuff, but this isn't my scope.
But she can talk if she wants, you guys.
Deandra told me that if I spoke, she would kill me. So
No.
I'm just kidding.
So the foundation I'm using on her is called RCMA, and it's super thick. It's a cream foundation, but I thinned it out. And what we're doing is, I wanted it to be more of a medium coverage because she's going hiking after. She's going hiking in this full face makeup look today. What'd you say? No, not Runyon.
Somewhere in Malibu, but I don't know where.
All right, so her foundation is on. And
no, I'm going with my friend LaShawn. We're gonna go somewhere in Malibu, I think. But I've said this is kind of a California thing to do: beat my face and go hiking, because that's what they do out here. Go to the gym full face, like it's a California thing.
yeah, I just say it's because they're going to work after. I try to give them the benefit of the doubt.
Do you ever use palette foundation? I mean, not palette foundation, but it's single. I could read it.
Do I ever use foundation in a single? The question about the foundation, if you could retype that, because we missed it.
Somebody said, "Can you show them the wow brush?"
Oh yes, I will show it to you. Let me just finish putting on her concealer. Okay, so the oh wow brush. This is it. It looks like a toothbrush, and it's super soft. So we're putting on her concealer just underneath, and I'm going to show you guys how to. I usually use a beauty blender, but today I'm just going to use a brush to blend out. And I do know that it's significantly lighter, but I'm doing this because you had told me you have a problem with highlighting, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to show her how to use just a slightly different color highlighter so that she can blend it out and see it better after she blends it. Because I think you and one other, and Chloe, told me that you guys struggle with after you blend it out, it looks like you didn't highlight at all.
So concealer goes on after.
Yes, concealer does go on after your foundation. And right now we're in the highlight stage. And you know what? A little bit of concealer goes a long way. You just need a little bit. You don't have to put a ton on. Especially if you're using a really light color. And I don't mean super light. Like I always say, it should be 2 to 3 shades lighter than your skin tone, and within the same family, tonnage family.
Somebody said you don't have to look embalmed.
Right. And this is where you correct any mistakes when you put on your, when you filled in your eyebrows. And since her eyebrows are not done, this is where I'm like trying to make it look like she has had her eyebrows arched.
Fleeked out brows.
Mm-hmm.
So it looked like you just came from.
Right.
So I do usually take my time on this, especially if someone hasn't had their brows done in a while.
Instant art.
What'd you say? Why?
Because you said my brows aren't done.
Wait, we established. No shade. We established. She told me, like, I didn't know I was doing this. Sorry. All right, so let's blend using a brush. So when we're blending, I'm using this fluffy brush. This is also from Coastal Scents. And I'm actually going to hold my brush further out so I have a lighter hand when I'm blending.
You use mascara to get the natural lash look. I can't get the natural lash look.
You can use mascara, but you're probably going to have to use multiple coats. So you'll probably have to put your mascara on and then let it dry and then put it on again. And we are just blending all of the highlight gently. What happened? See, it's hard not like reading and you want to like see what they're saying.
Somebody was shouting out Scotty for the commentary.
What is? Well, Coastal Scents you can get online, and everyone told me to go on eBay because it's less expensive, I want to say. But Coastal Scents is actually pretty fair in pricing. And I'm using my fingers for this base because it's a little smaller. All right. I just have to look at you from a distance. Okay, so now let's set. We're going to set all of our lighter areas with translucent powder. And then the rest will be with the Buttercup. So my problem is once I put my brushes down, I don't know where I put them. Okay. Go ahead and look up. So when you're putting on your translucent powder, just like gently pat it on. And this is because the reason why we're using translucent powder, which is white, is because we want to keep the highlighted areas lighter than the rest.
Any blush for this look?
Yes, we will be doing blush. I haven't decided which color. I might ask you guys which color, but we will be using blush after we're done. So when it comes to your face, you should do all your liquid and cream things first, and then anything that is powder, you'll do after. So since we're going to do a powder contour, I'm going to do it after we set. So that would be the next step. And just using the Sacha Buttercup for the rest of her face and just a little bit. And I'm using the same brush I used to blend, the fluffy brush. All right. Okay, so it's time to contour. So I'm going to use a different brush than I normally use to contour. But I'm still using the same palette. It is City Color Effects, and it is the broken one because I'm using the rest of this. And I'm using this brush by Morphe, and it's called a contour brush, and it's G30.
If you only use powder on face, do you conceal after?
If you only use powder, no. You have to do your concealer first because your concealer most likely is going to be liquid.
When is it good to use a tinted powder?
You can use a tinted powder if you want like a light coverage. So, you guys, I have to get in the frame so I can see where her contour needs to be. Yep. So we're drawing that line, and then we will blend it. And you actually have high cheekbones.
I can never tell what my cheekbones are because my face is so like.
So when it comes to trying to find your cheekbones, go ahead and like suck in your cheeks for me. So right where it so right there when where it concaves, this is where her contour should be, and you have to go 2 fingers width. You have to stop 2 fingers width away from the mouth. So that's what I always tell clients. I can kind of see too by measuring the top of the ear to just about like at an angular motion right to the bottom of her or the corner of her mouth. That's usually where your contour should be as well. Oh, wow. They're clowning.
Yes.
Are you doing it nude or ombre lip on her?
Oh, that's a good question. I think we're gonna stick to nude just because the eyes are really busy today. It's 7:40. Okay. So Scotty's keeping us together on the time. Okay, so I'm glad we did half her face. This is why. So now I'm just going around her hairline, and what this is doing is creating more warmth to her face. And then everything gets blended. And let's do the side of your nose.
I always appreciate contouring my nose because I feel like it's so huge.
You just have to, I usually do like just a really light contour for a day, every day. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to do this all the time.
Yeah.
All right, we're almost there, guys. I know it's getting late. So let's...
Shut up, Tay. Sorry, she said my nose is huge.
So now we're using our bronzer, and we're just blending everything together.
I don't like it, but I don't...
She was like, I'm not going to embrace it, but I will tell you that.
Yeah. Our noses are majestic. Yeah, I don't like my nose, but I'm learning to, you know, deal with it and work with it as best I can.
Well, at least she's honest, but I don't think your nose is big.
Thanks.
I don't know how early it is. Chloe says,
But-
yeah, that's why I had to wake up to make it.
Chloe be on here giving people, like, this is what it is. All right, so we never wiped off the translucent powder, so we're getting ready to do that now. This is a bronzer. I'm just making sure that we're creating warmth back into her face. And I'm going to use my brush to wipe this off. Do you ever wipe off the translucent powder or your powder? Oh, okay. I was about to say that could be another reason why it looks white too.
I just wondered if I was using like too light of a shade or
Oh, okay.
whatever. But maybe I don't think that I do. When you were talking about adding warmth back into your face, I don't think I do that. So that leaves me a lot of times looking ashy because I'm already like, you know,
yeah.
Shout out to the face matching the chest.
Right.
That's huge. So I'm using this blush, and it is by NYX. It's called Bronzed. And since the eyes are busy, we're going to keep her light. Keep everything else like just light to complement what's going on.
What did you use to add warmth back?
I used, in the Color Effects palette, City Color Effects palette, there is the contour and then something called Bronzed on there. I used the lighter shade. I do not have a tutorial on brushes. However, when I did the brushes here on Periscope, I did upload that video. So if you go to my YouTube channel and then look up, I think I said, I forgot what I named it, but it's on there. So if you go to my YouTube page, Deandra Giselle, you will see a brush, the explanation of brushes. It's like hard not being in front of you, honestly. Okay, so we're just gonna add a little bit more blush, just a smidge more. Smidge more. Is it weird, like, looking at yourself? Like,
Well, I was just thinking that because I want to be like, yes, girl. Face beat. It's good. I don't always like my makeup like when people do it, but I trusted you.
yes,
I've seen your work.
And I think it's important for people to see me do it on other people, because you can do your own makeup well. What happened?
They say you cannot go run jogging and mess this up. You have to sit at a on sidewalk cafe somewhere.
I don't sweat really bad, so, and it's not hot today, so
Yeah.
It's only
supposed to be like 70 and cloudy, so so not
Okay.
I can never hide with makeup on. I'm going straight to the mall. Is this
Alright.
blush?
Yes, that was blush, and I kept it like a neutral bronze tone, so that because the eyes are super busy. So I'm trying to find the color I want to use. Okay, you guys, I have to grab this color.
I know, y'all. You better be beat at 7:40 a.m.
All right, let me do the lips and she's done.
Yeah, I wish I had like somewhere for real to go today, because this is the business.
Okay, right now I am digging in my purse for a liner. That is a shame.
Run with a cordless fan. I will. I'm going to figure it out. This ain't going nowhere today.
Okay.
I'm going to have to shower with the shower cap over my face. I said that. So that was
you
me.
said that?
Yeah, I'll take credit for that joke.
Okay, so we are going to do a neutral lip, and
Yes,
this is what makes
all day.
it wearable.
Don't run too crazy.
Yeah.
We're gonna go around.
She
I
was
don't
like,
know
no,
what
I'm
it
running today, guys, because she's been working on this. What? How long have you been doing it?
525 days.
Yeah, so she can't not run. Okay, so this is Chestnut Liner, and this is how you can wear your nudes. And I know it is darker, but we will blend, so it's almost creating an ombre effect. Is this chestnut? Hold on.
Somebody said skip a day and call it grace.
Jesus paid it up.
Actually, you guys, this is Night Moth. It's not chestnut.
I should have run at 5. Hold on.
Do you want to respond? Go ahead and open up for me. So a thin line, and we are using Cream Cup, also by MAC.
I had to leave where I was staying at 4:30 a.m.
She
to
was
get here.
dedicated.
Right.
I couldn't believe it. What time did you text me talking about your 15 minutes?
Yeah, it was
still in the bed. I was like, oh, okay, I'm waking up right now.
probably like 5:20. But I had already planned to go hiking before. Like, we just planned to do this yesterday, and I had already planned to go hiking. So
She was like, you guys, I'm going hiking. Go ahead and open up, yeah. So this is Cream Cup. And remember back in the day after you would leave your lips like that? That's what we're... That's what we're not gonna do. Okay.
Is it a matte or a gloss lip?
It's a gloss. I think it's called satin. It's like in between the two of that. It's like not matte, but it's not super glossy. It's a satin finish. And we are just gonna use a brush and blend it out. Actually, go like this.
We got the throwback list.
Right. All right.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you have to blend it.
Somebody said that automatically unbeats your face.
Right. That's why it's huge, 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 huge. You have to blend it really well. You are not allowed to leave that looking like that whatsoever. And it's okay if you get it like on the bottom. What you'll do is you will clean up your bottom lip. So it's almost like you are creating an ombre lip. So make sure that you don't see a line whatsoever. What happened?
Mm-hmm. Somebody said, remember using black eyeliner as lip liner. Yes.
Yeah, don't do that.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to try not to, but I can't promise.
You can open up all the way. There you go. So honestly, when I do myself, I usually use my finger and it goes a little quicker than this. But you do want to make sure that you don't have an actual line on your lip. And then you'll clean it up with your foundation brush or your concealer brush, whichever is easier for you to use.
You want the line to disappear?
Yes, you want the line to disappear so there's not a dramatic. But this is how, like, go ahead and blend again. This is how, like, if you're struggling with your nude tones, this is how you get your nude tones to be wearable.
That's something that I always like using like pink lip, like light pinks and stuff. I never felt like I could, so the brown liner definitely helped.
The brown liner, and I actually use Night Moth, which is more of a like a burgundy-ish one, which was not supposed to happen. I just didn't read the label.
I always felt like it made my lips look ashy because I had like my lips are kind of dark already. No, I don't smoke weed, but
She was like, let me clarify.
I'm healthy, but I don't believe in smoking the earth.
right.
All right, last step is we're gonna clean up the blending.
Thank you. Yes, just so we're clear here, I don't smoke weed, but my lips are just darker.
She was like, that's just what it is. All right, so when we're cleaning up, we're just gonna take a flat brush, so you can use whatever you use for your concealer, and you're just cleaning it up. All right.
Bye.
Bye. Have a good day at school.
You have a good day.
All right. Okay, so see, we didn't leave her looking crazy. I almost forgot my favorite part, Dana. Oh my gosh.
Dynamite. Yes, that's kind of where my name came from.
I forgot to highlight. This is so important to me on a daily basis. This is a highlighter, not highlight as in what we did for underneath her eyes, but this is a highlighter just to give her like her own personal glow. The best way to describe it is, I don't know if you guys seen J-Lo. She always looks like she has like a glow to her, and that's because she uses, or her makeup artist, not her, uses a ton of highlighter in these areas.
Are you using Gold Deposit by MAC?
You know it. That is my favorite, Gold Deposit by MAC.
This highlight is different than concealer.
Yes. It's an actual, I'll show it to you guys. It's actually like shimmer. It's really like when the sun hits her, she's going to look like she has like a beautiful glow to her. So now that we're all done, this is our first Pop of Color series today. And she is looking awesome.
Yes.
It is different than bronzer because sometimes bronzer is matte, so it can be the gist. I'm gonna come down so you guys can see me, and we'll move it together. There we go.
Felicia, I didn't know you were in here. Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey. So, any questions so far about the look before we head out? She is photo shoot ready. Yes, she is. Any questions before we head out for the day, guys? Tomorrow we're gonna do another Pop of Color, but this one we're gonna do. Thank you guys. Tomorrow we're going to do a neutral eye with color only on the bottom. So I'm going to show you guys that one tomorrow. And Dana will not be with me tomorrow, guys. So it'll just be me doing it. Is this a daytime look? What is the look for? It can be daytime look. It can be, going out. And if you're going out, oh, we didn't do it. But if you were going out, you can smoke out the bottom liner a little bit more. You can do a different color like a blue or a green underneath if you wanted to hype up the look. But she could go out in the day like this. She really could. Man, no. This is called getting my hair braided in like 15 minutes. So you can. Gosh, you're not that bold. You'll get there. It's a fun look. Like, I wore this look before to church. Like, I wore all black and pink heels and had pink on my eyes. Like, that's how I'm coming. You could do finishing spray as optional. It's up to you. It's totally up to you. But if I did do finishing spray, one of my favorite ones is Mist and Fix by, where's the front of the bottle? By Makeup Forever. So I do use this one a lot. Oh, you're hungry. Any more questions, guys? I think we're good. Oh, I was like, what does that mean?
So is this going to look nice in high temperature?
It should, because I've set her powder, but obviously if she's going to be running... and it felt like, dang, I missed it. What was that one?
I didn't see it either. I was reading is there a way to prevent creasing under the eye?
To prevent creasing under the eyes, sometimes you get, what outfit are you going to wear?
I don't know.
Something that's not pink, something that's not as bright as her eyes. Sometimes you get creasing if you put too much concealer on. So if there's too much concealer, then you'll automatically get creasing. And then after you put it on, you should set it with a powder that helps promote it. Bye. Thank you for tuning in. So, how do I pick my favorite products? It's just, what I realized my favorite products are my go-to. So, like Matte Gold Deposit, I use that all the time. It's just my favorite. You know what, if you do powder at events, it's probably, you probably tend to be on the oilier side. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'll do that to my nose in the middle of church. Like, if I'm oily and I notice it or I feel it, or if I'm sweating from like dancing and shouting at church, then I powder my face. And then what else determines my favorite products is just what I always use. Like, I didn't think I used a lot of MAC, but then doing these tutorials, I realized that, yeah, I do use MAC a lot. We're so Cali.
That's funny. I'm from South Carolina.
I'm not even from California either, but I guess I'm still on the West Coast. I had a question in my head that someone asked.
Can you use Gold Deposit on all skin tones?
That was the question, yes. Yes, you can, except for people who are pale or cool tone. And if you have any type of color in your skin, 9 times out of 10 you're warm. But if you tend to be, how you know you're a cool tone, if like in the sun you turn pink or you burn very easily, you're probably cool tone. And for that you need a pinkish tone highlight or a silver color highlight. Foundation was rushed during the demo only because it was just applying, and I always apply, but foundation is just when you're putting it on, just do it in an upward motion. And with the Oh Wow brush, it blends and buffers at the same time, so we don't have to spend a lot of time. Yeah, I do go slower on myself, but I knew we were at, like, we are really way over time than what I normally do, and I wanted to make sure I got everything I wanted you guys to see everything. So, but really when it comes to foundation, I mean, she used, I used RCMA and I did mix 2 colors, but since I actually have a makeup kit, these are all my foundations and I make people's colors to blend them. So this is just what I use in my makeup kit just because I can adjust like medium coverage, light coverage, and full coverage with this one palette. What foundation do you normally use on the daily? Do you use foundation?
I don't. I use a BB cream by Garnier.
BB cream by Garnier. I am 30 years old. I know. Some people be saying I look like I don't know. I've heard all types of ages, but I'm 30. So, you guys, I think we're going to head out.
16. So
16? Hey, 16? I'll take that.
BB cream it's like a really, really light coverage.
Yeah, it's light coverage. It's almost like a tinted moisturizer, just about. Oh, everything after foundation. Okay, yeah, I did. You know why I ended up going fast? It's because Scotty gave me the time, like it's 7:40, which means you need to hurry up. So, but I'll take that. I look like a baby. I appreciate that. Thanks. Yeah, black don't crack.
Black don't crack.
So that's why. But I do take a little bit more time. But honestly, you guys, these are the steps that I do every day on myself or her. So, you guys will be able to see it. You'll be able to see it tomorrow. I do say that I always use BB cream, but I didn't know that.
I use it instead of a foundation just because most of the time I don't really wear makeup. I'm really active all the time, so I don't, do my face. The hearts on the first time scoper.
Oh, hey, well, welcome, first time scoper. The hearts on the side it's a way that you kind of show love, and it helps us become preferred artists here on Periscope. So all you do is you tap the screen like she's doing now, and then those are the hearts. So that's showing love, and so we appreciate if you guys do that throughout the scopes. That makes.
Oh, and for the person who said that you look ashy when you use the BB cream, you may have gotten the wrong tone. So even for me, I'm pretty light, but I used deep tone BB cream instead of the lighter ones.
And then also, when it comes to foundations and stuff like that, if you guys, sometimes you may have to mix it. Like you can mix a little bit of color in your BB cream. And if you already have foundation but you want a lighter coverage, you can mix half your normal moisturizer with half your foundation. And that's almost creating a light coverage, which is like BB cream. Oh, I think, yes, I appreciate you guys. Someone told me, I remember one time I was like asking questions and I was like, you guys have any questions? Are you guys talking to me? You guys are there? And someone was like, it's because we're taking notes. I was like, oh, okay, that makes me feel good.
We were talking about that yesterday, Mel.
Yeah, that's true. We were talking about that we have to mix 2 or we have to spend a lot of money on foundation. That's what I remember.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Or who? Well, both of us. Watch first to tap and replay for notes.
So I recommend, like, if you don't want to do a full face all day like this, then you can use BB cream for your daily, and then maybe your foundation is, when you have your date night or, special occasions, an event, maybe like on, Sunday, you want to get dressed up for church, whatever. You can use baby cream for more of your daily if you don't want to have a ton of makeup on, and then you can use your foundation, for special events. It's really up to you. Like, I always tell people when it comes to makeup, there doesn't have to be a rule. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to say, oh, I have to do this every day. Do what you feel like. Some days, I mean, honestly, doing scopes make me do my makeup every single day, but CC cream, is it? I haven't used CC cream.
I've never used it before. I've seen it. I don't know whether CC cream, I think CC cream is a little bit more coverage than BB cream, or it may be the opposite. It may be Well, because I think BB is the lightest, and then CC is just a little bit more coverage, and then you get into your full foundations.
When it comes to, I know we're still on scope, Scotty. So when it comes to your BB cream, you don't have to set it. It's totally up to you because it's a really, really light coverage. But if you are oily, then you should probably set it because you're going to get oily throughout the day. So I think that's it. If there's no more questions.
Oh, we'll let you go so we can match.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Kev is on now. So you guys have a good day. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 7 a.m. Wake Up to Makeup.
Yeah.
We are doing a pop of color underneath the eye with the neutral eye. So you guys have a great day, and we'll see you guys. We're going to get off so you guys can watch Kev.
Bye.
All right, bye.
Do you have makeup on?
No, I do not have makeup on right now.